What are things racist people do that they don't think is racist? You look like you're mixed with something, it's so exotic. I'm a white dude that has lived in Japan for 16 years. A while back I went on a date with a Japanese girl and we went to a bar in central Tokyo. The bar wouldn't let me in because I wasn't Japanese. This has happened to me a million times since I've lived here, so I'm used to it and it doesn't upset me anymore. However, the girl got really upset. And after we were rejected from the bar, she said, "I don't know why they wouldn't let you in. You were with me. I'm Japanese." And I was thinking, you're kind of missing the point. Can you imagine if a white and black dude went to a bar together in the States and they don't let the black dude in and the white guy says, "I can't believe they didn't let you in. You're with me. I'm white." I've even called the cops on a club once that had a sign, in Japanese, that said Japanese only. The cops came and I complained, in Japanese, and the cops said in a super friendly tone, "Well, yet. The sign says Japanese only. And you're not Japanese. What is the problem here? There's another club down the street that allows foreigners. I like that one myself. Why don't you go check that one out?" Japan is so inherently racist and xenophobic to the point that they don't even know that they are racist and xenophobic. It's just normal behavior to them. But for some reason everybody loves Japan and they somehow get a free pass on it. Oh, and full disclosure, I ended up marrying the girl that I went a date with from the first story above. Now we're racist to each other all the time. It's super fun. My daughter, who is Mexican, went over to her friend's house to have dinner with their family. They had your normal American dishes while the mother specially made her Mexican food. Exclusion by inclusion. Example, I'm not racist, I like everyone, even black people. This is a long one. I had a coworker when I was a manager in a major retailer. We were running a project that required third-party hiring. Well, in this team was a group of 7 POC who rode together for work. Whenever I was around, they were hard-working, and quick to listen. But whenever I was at a different location or off for a few days, I would come back and this manager would brief me on how things went, and every time she would bring up how terrible and rude and lazy this group was, and when I would go out to the floor, they would greet me with things like, "Thank God you're back, we were about to quit." It went on like this until one day I was coming back, halfway through shift, drive time, and the group was leaving, clearly pissed off. Said they couldn't stand her racist ass anymore. Apparently she accused them of being disrespectful and probably stealing like you people do. They ended up filing a case and reporting her. I was told I was gonna have to provide testimony, as the only other manager present. Right before I got on the call, she actually said, "You know I'm not racist. I have even dated a darkie." I was floored. I held nothing back in the testimony. Trying to speak for and save black people like we're defenseless baby animals or something. Assuming any minority with nice things got them with government welfare, drug dealing, or all the money they save from not having to pay taxes, because they are illegal immigrants. I am ashamed to say that in my youth I did and said a lot of the things mentioned in these comments. If we stop immigration of Latino people, who will clean the toilets? Paraphrased quote from Kelly Osbourne trying to be woke. Edit, I do think Kelly wasn't saying Latinos should only clean toilets. My problem is it seems like she's saying we should continue to let Latinos in so they can continue to clean our toilets, being underpaid. Do the shitty jobs no one else will do because they don't have a choice. What she should have been aiming for, is to say, why can't we be humanitarian and respect these hard-working people's right to a better life? Make legal immigration easier, provide education, training and support so they can become skilled and have better jobs? What if we provided more aid to the people currently living in their own countries so they don't need to flee? That's why it's racist. Because she's saying what's happening now is okay. We should not be condoning the status quo. Her reason for accepting immigrants equals because surely no white American will want to clean my toilet, for exploitative low wage, and we need someone to do it. Say I don't have a racist bone in my body, but thinking that saying "oh no I have a insert minority group here friend" gets them out of saying / doing racist shit. Genocide is usually carried out by people who don't think they're doing anything wrong. Compliments that go like, "You're so compliment for your race." Speaking for people of color, but getting pissed at people of color for speaking for themselves. Deleted. Woman of Reddit, when men or women look at your ass or boobs, what do you think? Side question, do you notice when guys are looking for a wedding ring? Now that I'm older I check out hands almost more than bodies. I'm totally oblivious of being checked out unless someone is being creepy/gross about it, or if I'm trying to have a serious conversation and am not being heard/acknowledged. B/C the person is deadpanned and staring at my chest. Other than that I really don't care. I hope I don't have something on my shirt or pants. I wonder what they are thinking. Are they thinking at all? Is it just a reflex to look at the chest? Or is there an entire conversation going on in their head about my breasts? If they are looking, they have impeccable taste. I'm 82 years old. You must be really desperate. Or need glasses. LOL. It depends. I had a coworker at one of my first jobs who, whenever he spoke to me, would only talk to my boobs. He rarely looked at my face when he talked to me. It was weird but kind of funny when I think about it. I don't usually get checked out tbh, so I'm kind of oblivious, and if I am I don't notice. I don't think much of it. I also look at other people's bodies. My ass is flat AF, so a person would only be looking at thoughts and prayers. Edit, thanks for all the dick pics in my inbox, boys. My partner says half of you guys should have a doctor take a look at what's going on down there, because that shit doesn't look normal. Losing my breast to cancer. I joke to my boyfriend. My cancer is chronic but my ass is still iconic. I have pretty large breasts. All my life I've had people make full eye contact with my boobs because of that. I think it's kind of funny most of the time. But it can get annoying and a bit gross, especially when a guy who's old enough to be my grandfather is staring at them like they're telling him the secrets of the universe. Is there something on my ass? Am I leaking? Breastfeeding, not my butt. I like that this is addressed to the singular woman of Reddit. When women wear graphic t-shirts with writing on their chest I'm always hesitant to read it because I don't want to look like a jackass. I don't think anything of it unless I'm talking to someone and they can't look me in the eye. What's the greatest episode of a TV show ever made? Marge v. the Monorail. What We Do in the Shadows, On the Run, the Jackie Daytona episode. The Twilight Zone episode Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. The tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs and explosions and fallout. There are weapons that are simply thoughts, attitudes, prejudices, to be found only in the minds of men. For the record, prejudices can kill, and suspicion can destroy, and a thoughtless, frightened search for a scapegoat has a fallout all of its own for the children and the children yet unborn. And the pity of it is that these things cannot be confined to the Twilight Zone. Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up is also a classic. Incident on a Small Island, to be believed or disbelieved. However, if a sour-faced dandy named Ross or a big, good-natured counterman who handles a spatula as if he'd been born with one in his mouth, if either of these two entities walk onto your premises, you'd better hold their hands all three of them or check the color of their eyes all three of them. The gentleman in question might try to pull you into the Twilight Zone. Edit, it's so good that so many people love those episodes, it warms my heart, all three of them. The Scrubs episode with Brendan Fraser. I didn't know a 22 minutes show could make me cry. Chernobyl Vishnya Paymayat. The Inner Light, Star Trek TNG. Who Goes There of True Detective is a serious adrenaline ride. Great episode from a fantastic show. Doctor Who, Blink. The Snake Juice episode of Parks and Rec. Better Call Saul, Chicanery. Band of Brothers E9, Why We Fight. Removed. Adventure Time, I Remember You. Futurama Luck of the Fryish. Makes me cry every time. Here lies Philip J. Fry, named for his uncle, to carry on his spirit. The Simpsons, You Only Move Twice.